Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmick. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. I'm going to do a collective message today. So with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Already I'm picking up on an energy that I have kind of tapped into before. This is most likely going to be for a divine masculine. Um, with that, gender isn't really a thing with that. We all have masculine and feminine energies within us. And so this is going to be for somebody who embodies that masculine energy more predominantly than the feminine energy. What does masculine need to know today? Oh, okay, okay. All right, so we've got running, but it's like mostly upside down. So I'm kind of taking it almost in reverse. So what I'm picking up is that this could be an energy where maybe you were running, but you're shifting out of that energy now. Um, so with that, that's what that can look like is being in a connection and then it's really, really intense and then it kind of like freaks you out a little bit. And then so you pull away, push it away, and then basically enter into that running energy. And then what's oftentimes very common in this scenario is to kind of attempt to find that type of a connection again. So that's what I'm picking up. And then we've also got resistance. And that one was in reverse as well. So maybe you're working on releasing the resistance in this connection. I am picking up that it is a connection that you were in, and then something happened and you guys went into separation basically. And then now you're kind of in this energy of like, what do I do from this point forward? So maybe this is an energy where you had a really intense connection, you pushed it away, and then, you went through life a little bit and, learned some more and grew some more and had other relationships. And then maybe now you're coming into the awareness of this connection that you were in. And so for some of you, this is going to be wanting to literally get back with that person, and for some of you, it's about finding that energy and having that type of an energy in a connection again. I'm feeling that maybe you experienced a very rare soul connection. And when you experience that very rare soul connection, it's something that you're always going to long for because you had a taste of it. You had a taste of what it was like to be with a soul counterpart. And so that's really what I'm picking up here. And so maybe you're releasing the resistance around this. And I feel like a level of awareness is helping you to do this. Oh yeah. And then the next one is releasing, letting go, moving on. And so you could be releasing the resistance and releasing this runner energy so that you can come into a union of some sort. And then we've got a withdrawn energy. In this, it's reminding me of that hermit energy where you just kind of pull back and then you're doing some self-reflection, you're really looking at yourself and different patterns and different belief systems and things like that that have kept you in this pattern that is not soul fulfilling when it comes to a counterpart connection. Um, trying to pull a couple more. What spirit? Oh, I just did a flippy thing. Okay, and then we've got a clinging energy. Hmm. So what I heard was clinging on to the past. Okay, and then we've got lusting that came out. And what I'm picking up from that is one, you could be lusting for this person or for this type of connection. That definitely could be part of this. Another thing that I'm pulling up is that maybe there was a part of you back when you were in this relationship that felt like it was lust, and then you came to the realization that it was actually love. So that's just gonna be for some of you. And then there's obsession. So maybe there's this energy of clinging to this past situation, kind of obsessing over it, lusting over it. And then because of that, it's pulling you into this withdrawn energy. And the goal of this withdrawing is to allow yourself to kind of release some of these attachments, to release some of these things that have been holding you back from moving forward. And with that, I just kind of heard worthiness. And so what I'm picking up from that is there could be a worthiness wound that's at the core of this, where maybe when you were with this person, you didn't feel worthy of that connection, of that person. Maybe it felt too good to be true. And so I'm kind of picking up this energy of it felt too good to be true. And so you released it and let it go because it was a form of self-protection, and so the idea was, if I push you away, you can't hurt me, and so I'm gonna, hurt both of us in this connection so that I don't get completely heartbroken later. So that definitely could have been that energy. Um for some of you, this is a connection like way back in the day. And then for some of you, this is going to be kind of a more recent one, but I do feel like there's a pretty good chunk of linear earth time that has been in between this connection and where you're at right now. Okay, so I'm being called to pull some tarot. There is a low level of excitement energy that I'm feeling. And that could be part of what's kind of stressing you out as well, is there's this excitement about it, but then there's also like a lot of worry around it. And so it's kind of one of those like, I see it now. I understand it now, and I want to go back, but I'm unable to go back in that way and completely change the things that transpired. And so, now what do I do with this information and this energy at this point? And so that's kind of really what I'm picking up. Um, what else? We've got the Five of Cups. And so, okay. Yeah, that totally goes with this. Okay, so with the Five of Cups, what that is that's like the energy of crying over spilled milk. So what I'm picking up is this is, especially with this obsession or clinging kind of energy, it could be one of these, like you're clinging to the past and you're looking at what you lost with this connection. And the message here is to turn around and look, because there's a table that's got so much more going on. And so allow yourself to release this and shift your focus onto what it is that you do have available to you, because it's like a whole little party going on over here. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a gift. It can be kind of a divine inspiration. Okay, I'm being told to read it. Just a second. Yeah. More Pentacles. There we go. All right. Ace of Pentacles. All right. I'll show you the card. Okay. So it's a magical coin. This represents prosperity, career, and home. And it may be an indication of good news having something to do with one of those. Okay. So this is a positive card no matter where it lands in a reading. Now you just need to figure out how you're going to make the most out of the opportunities coming your way. And so with this, what I'm picking up is that there could be something in your physical world, because pentacles are the physical realm. So this could be something going on in the physical realm that is kind of changing the energy. So this could be something like a job situation or a house move or something of that nature that is shifting your energy and allowing you to then really process all of this and then open up to the new possibilities. And again, for some of you, this is going to be another opportunity with the same person. And for some of you, it's going to be an opportunity with a new person that embodies a similar energy that you experienced. So another soul connection, basically. Um, and then we've got the Page of Cups. So this is a very childlike energy. For some of you, that could be what you're really reminiscing on with this connection, is there's also this element of like this kind of innocent energy around it. Maybe it was one of like, a relationship when you were young. Maybe it was a relationship that you experienced. You were kind of in that innocent, uh, yeah. Um, okay. Um, Spirit cut off the train of thought there. And the other factor could be no, not for this one. Okay. So, Page of Cups can represent like an actual child in your life, but I heard Spirit say no, that's not it. Another thing that this card does represent is creativity. And so you could be being asked to step back into that creative energy, and that's going to help you as well. Give me just a moment here. Microphone situation. Okay. All right. So, all right. Pull a few more tarot cards. Let's see what else. One moment. Okay. Oh, okay. That's a lot. All right. That's a lot. Okay. Give me just a minute to. Oh, got some twos. We got the sun going on. All right. Give me just a second to tap into this. So, what I'm picking up is there's the Queen of Pentacles out here. And so what the Queen of Pentacles is it's a feminine energy that is very stable, grounded, and solid. They can appear financially very independent. They might be very financially secure. And in this sense, I am picking up that this is an external energy from you. So I am picking up that this is another person. This could be that counterpart. Yeah, I am picking up that energy. And so maybe that's part of what's going on too is okay, so there could be an imbalance here if you have the ability to see what this person from the past is doing. Maybe it appears that they are very, very stable and secure. And that might be part of what's triggering an insecurity within you that makes you feel not worthy to go towards this connection. And that's where the divine's coming through with this gift so that it kind of helps level you up as well so that you're not as in that energy of feeling like that you don't have anything to give this connection basically. Um okay. Then we've got the 3 of swords and judgment over here. And so the 3 of swords is a very heartbreak energy. But with the judgment card coming out on top of it, what I'm picking up is that there's something that is going on right now that's allowing you to heal this heartbreak. And for some of you, it's going to be being able to communicate with this person again. I'm not really picking up much past that. So I don't really know if it's going to be something where you guys communicate and then you reconcile and get back into a relationship, or if this is just something where you communicate, reconcile, and then you're able to release it and then move towards a new connection. And so just take it as it resonates. Let's see how. And then we've got the 2 of swords and the 2 of pentacles. So you could be seeing 222 right now. And twos are about union and coming together and kind of partnership, like definitely a partnership. Well, with these two that are coming out, the 2 of swords is an indecisive energy. It can be denial. And so maybe that was a part of this was being in denial of this connection for a while. Confirmation. Um, and then the 2 of Pentacles, that could really be that you've got a lot going on in life. You've got a lot of responsibilities. Maybe you do have kids. Maybe you are a single parent. Maybe you've got a lot going on with, home life, work life, you know, dream career, spiritual awakening, all of these things. And so the message here though is that you do have the ability to manage everything that is going on for you right now. You are able to step into that really balanced energy and manage it. The message with this 2 of swords, this again, that can be that denial energy, but it can also be very indecisive. This is that energy of there's a decision that I need to make and I don't know which choice I want to make, but you actually do know what choice it is. It's probably the one that lights you up, and then the fear comes in, those limiting programs, those that, negative mental self-talk of like, I really want to go towards this thing, but I'm not worthy, they're this, they wouldn't that, I'm not this, I'm not that. It's all that like mental chatter that kind of talks you out of that. And then so it keeps you in this indecisive energy. And so something that you can do if you are in this energy is take a coin and do like these two options, have heads be one and tails be the other. Flip that coin. And whatever it lands, it doesn't overly matter. What matters is when it lands, it's going to be very telling because you're either going to be excited or you're going to be disappointed. And so if it lands on heads or tails and then you feel a disappointment energy and like I really wished it was going to be the other one, that's your sign that that's the decision that really lights you up. And then vice versa. And then we've got the star energy. And so with the star, this is a very positive card. It can literally be embodying star energy. Maybe you do, maybe this divine counterpart does, maybe your future divine counterpart does. Um, okay, being told to read it. So there we go. Okay, so the star. It says the cosmos is also within us. We are made of star stuff. This brings balance and hope, a reminder that we all have a spark of the divine within us. While the star promises us that we will find what we seek, it also reminds us to look within as well as without for answers, and to let our light shine out into the world to illuminate the paths of others. So there is potential in this connection for a lot of you. Um, okay, let me pull one more from this one. Okay. Mhm. Was expecting. Okay. So we'll talk about the other ones in a minute, but the commitment card just came out in reverse. And then what I heard was a fear of commitment. So maybe that is an element of this situation. Maybe that is what drove you to a part in the past. Maybe that is something that you're moving through now and really realizing that you do want a commitment. You do want that partnership. You do want that divine counterpart relationship. You do want everything that comes with that. The the holidays together, the, trips together, the, sitting by the fire together, the, all of those little things as well as the big things. And so maybe that's part of what's going on right now is you're shifting that and really realizing that a fear of commitment has held you back in the past. And by facing that head on and really releasing a lot of those it's oftentimes rooted in some sort of a wound, most of the time from childhood, not always. But it's really looking at that wound and like, okay, I see you, I hear you. Thank you for attempting to keep me safe, and I also release you because it's actually blocking me from what it is my heart truly desires. And with that, yeah, we've got pain and shallow that came out. So hollow, empty, or boredom. And that could be what's going on too. Maybe for a while in life, you felt this just like low key boredom or this low key like hollow emptiness, but it's low key or it was for a long time. And then all of a sudden it got really big and then it caused a lot of pain and turned into the situation where you're sitting there going, okay, there is more to life. I do want these things. I do want this relationship or this dynamic. And it's actually bringing me more pain not having it. And, not, oh, okay. Another part that I just heard is you could have felt very seen by this person. Maybe this person, especially if it's a soul connection, this is pretty common. A soul connection will be able to see you in a way that other relationships you won't feel as seen. It's a soul recognition. And so it's the ability to see below the mask, below the human ego persona that we all wear. And in a soul connection, it goes deeper than that. And so maybe that's part of this too, is for a long time, maybe you've had shallow connections where it's very surface, it's very this is what it looks like on the outside. This is the ideal way that it looks, in Hollywood or whatever, and like movies and stuff. And but it's been lacking that depth. And then I feel like what that did was it kind of showed you, especially with the contrast of having that connection for, however long of a connection it was. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a very long term situation. It can be for some of you, but it's just the connection of being able to be truly seen by another person because of that soul connection. And so that could be what's really triggering this to come up to the surface now as well. And then we do have the soulmates card. So with the whole soul connection thing, we do have soulmates. Make sure there's no nudity. So yeah, this definitely, to me, and with the star, I was just brought to this star card. So with these two, what I'm picking up is that you do have that soul connection out there. We have a lot of different soul connections, so we actually have a lot of different soul mates. Um, it's the twin flame thing that gets a little more specific, where that's more of the concept of one soul breaking off into two halves. And then so technically, according to a lot of the ideology around twin flames, you only have one twin flame, but then you do have a lot of soulmates. And so that's just a little side note. I felt like specifying that, so maybe you're asking about that. But the clarification here is that if this person was a soulmate, that would be why this connection is so intense and something that you just couldn't shake for so long. Um, and it really probably lit up things within you that you were unaware of. It's kind of that like this person came in and woke you up on a certain level. And I feel like it was mutual. I feel like you woke up uh, kind of some of those internal like passion, soul excitement energies within this other person too. So it was mutual. And then what the message here is saying is that you do have a soulmate connection and you are able to bring this in, and it's just going to be to continue to allow yourself to do that inner work and then be patient and allow for those signs and synchronicities to come in to help guide you. What I feel like your higher self is kind of waiting on is for you to make this decision. Because if you make the decision to not pursue this past connection, then you will lock that in, and then you will start getting the signs and synchronicities of how to navigate without going that way. If you make the choice to go towards this past connection, then you're going to get the signs and synchronicities on the best way to walk that path, if that makes sense. And so the message here, sometimes that's what happens too. If you see a bunch of signs and synchronicities and then you don't, it could be because your spirit team, the divine, universe, God, higher self, whatever it is you work with and term it, what they're waiting for is for you as the human to make the choice on which path you want to walk. And then once you pick that path, those synchronicities will light back up again and turn back on again and then help guide you down that path. But if you're standing there at this impasse and this fork in the road, it's up to you to make this decision. That's where the free will comes in of our universe. And so it's up to you to make that choice. And the message here is to really go within and allow your internal guidance to choose this one. Maybe do that coin toss and really sit with it and choose that path that you want to walk when it comes to the situation. And then once you choose that, the messages will start to flow again. You'll start getting those signs and synchronicities. But if it has gotten a little bit quiet right now, that could be what's going on. Okay. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I hope this helped give you a little bit of guidance. If so, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. And I wish you all the best in this. Listen to your heart above all else. Your heart won't steer you wrong in this. Even if even if it doesn't go the way that you really want it to go, there's still going to be a major transformation that happens and that opens you up and allows for you to have that really true deep soul connection that I feel like you're yearning for. So just know that. And that would be my suggestion. Listen to your heart, as cliche as that might be. And okay, I'm going to leave this here. So I will see you on the next message and have a great day.